You already own the copyright to your book. You got it for free the second you type the last word. No form, no fee, no government approval. So here's the strange part. Why would anyone pay $45 to register something they already own? Because that $45 is the difference between a copyright that just sits there and one that can put a $150,000 check in your hand when someone steals your work. If you finished a book, or you're about to publish one, you've probably hit this exact question. Do I actually need to register the copyright, or is that just paperwork the internet keeps nagging me about? It's fair to ask, and most of the advice out there gives you a vague yes without explaining what registration actually buys you, what it costs, or the one deadline that quietly decides whether your protection has any teeth. So that's what we're doing here. What you already own for free, what registration adds, the 3-month window almost nobody mentions, and the exact steps to file it yourself for the price of a nice dinner. Start with the good news. In the United States, copyright is automatic. The moment your words exist in a fixed form, typed, saved, printed, scribbled in a notebook, you own the copyright. You don't apply for it. You don't wait for it. It's yours by default, which means a lot of what you've heard is a myth. The classic one is the so-called poor man's copyright. Mailing a copy of your manuscript to yourself and keeping the sealed envelope as proof. It does nothing. No law recognizes it, and it gives you none of the protection that actually matters. Save the stamp. So, if you already own it, why does registration even exist? Because owning a copyright and being able to enforce it are two very different things. Registration is what turns ownership into something you can actually fight with. Here's the first reason. If someone steals your work and you want to sue, you can't just march into federal court waving your manuscript. In 2019, the Supreme Court settled this in a case called Fourth Estate versus WallStreet.com. The ruling was blunt. You cannot file a copyright infringement lawsuit until the Copyright Office has actually registered your work. Not when you apply, when it's approved. And that approval takes time. Right now, online registrations are running anywhere from 3 to 10 months. So if you wait until the day someone rips off your book to start the process, you're stuck waiting months before you can even begin to fight back. That's reason 1. Reason 2 is where the real money lives. When you sue for infringement, there are 2 ways to get paid. The first is actual damages. You have to prove, in dollars, exactly how much the theft cost you. For most authors, that's a nightmare. How do you prove what a pirated copy of your book drained from your bank account? Often, it comes out to almost nothing. The second way is statutory damages. This is the heavy artillery. The law lets a court award between $750 and $30,000 for each work infringed, with no need to prove your exact losses. And if the theft was willful, that ceiling jumps to $150,000 per work. On top of that, the court can order the infringer to pay your attorney's fees, which in a copyright case can run into the tens of thousands. But, and this is the part that catches people, you only qualify for statutory damages and attorney's fees if you registered in time. The rule is this: you must register before the infringement happens or within 3 months of first publishing your book. Miss that window, and even if you register later, you are locked out of statutory damages for any infringement that already started. You're back to the actual damages nightmare. So the 3-month clock isn't a suggestion. It's the line between a lawsuit worth filing and one no lawyer will touch. And this isn't theoretical. Recently, a major copyright lawsuit against the artificial intelligence company Anthropic put this in front of thousands of authors at once. As writers lined up for a share of the settlement, many of them discovered something gut-wrenching. Their publishers had never registered their copyrights at all. No registration, no eligibility. Years of work, and they were shut out on a technicality they didn't even know existed. So let's make sure that's not you. Here's how you register, yourself, without a lawyer. Go to copyright.gov and open the Electronic Copyright Office. Create an account, start a new registration, and choose the category Literary Works. That covers anything meant to be read, like a novel or a nonfiction book. If you're the sole author of one work, and it's not a work made for hire, you can use the single application, which costs $45. Most other situations use the standard application at $65. Filing on paper costs $125 and takes far longer. So file online. You'll enter the details, title, author, year, whether it's been published. Then you pay, and you upload a copy of your book, usually as a single document file. That's it. Your certificate arrives months later, but the date that matters for protection is the day you submit. One more thing. The Copyright Office is reviewing its fee schedule in 2026, and these prices may climb. If you've been putting this off, cheaper is today, not next year. So here's the one thing to take with you. Your copyright is free and automatic, but the protection with actual money behind it is not. It costs about $45 and a short window of time. Set that against $150,000 in potential damages. And the math isn't close. Register your book and do it early, not someday. And before you do anything else, go to copyright.gov, open the public records search, and type in your own name. Look up every book you've already published and check whether it's truly registered. If you're like a lot of authors, you're about to find a gap you didn't know was there. And now you know exactly how to close it.